And welcome back, Cody's Caravan. We're in Woodland today at the historic train depot. This is the office. Now, I want to show you this picture. This is what the office looked like before they started refurbishing it. And you'll notice a big difference from that picture. Let's go on in. We're going to talk to Marv right here. Let me get out the spittoon. Ding. Okay. All right, Marv, what would happen in here?
Well, this was the nerve center of the office for the station. You have 113 miles of single-track railroad, and trying to run trains in both directions, you had to make some accommodations and do some communication. And there were two ways to do it. One was by issuing a timetable that gave trains a authority to be on the track at and after that time. And the other was by train orders. And the train orders were issued from this office by a dispatcher sitting in Sacramento or Kerber or wherever. So a station timetable, this shows the Klamath leaving Woodland at 5:27 p.m. That was a passenger train that came from Portland every day. And it could not leave ahead of 5:27 because somebody coming north from Davis is counting on that train not leaving Woodland too early.
So if you left early,
you could get fired. You were in real trouble.
Yeah.
You could always be late, but never be early.
Never be early.
So when people say, oh, the trains are always late, that's good.
That's what you want. Let's talk about the communication system that you were just talking about. Okay. This is genius. How did they talk to the trains?
First, the dispatcher was in telegraph communication with the operator. So the operator here would listen for his call signal. WD.
Okay.
And then would have to answer. The dispatcher would dictate a train order. The train order was signed in the name of the superintendent of the division, who's a really big shot. So, this was, believe it, don't disobey it. Type it out in 3 copies, put 1 copy on the book, tie 2 copies to strings, and mount them on frames like this, and 1 short and 1 tall. And then there's a train order signal on the roof. And the train order signal, if it was green, meant the train could go by without stopping. If it was yellow, a 45-degree angle, they had to slow to 30 to get orders. And if it was red, they had to stop and come inside. And the train order was going to become the authority for that engineer and conductor to occupy the railroad beyond Woodland. So the operator would go out and stand alongside the track, hold up the stick, and as the train came by, the engineer or fireman would reach out and the string would pull off the frame with the order attached.
With the order attached.
And then they would do it again for the caboose because the engine and caboose couldn't communicate with one another. So the engineer and the conductor would both have the same train order. And that was their permission to go on down the railroad.
That is wild. I'm sorry I have to wrap things up, but we're going to tell you some more coming up. This is fascinating, Marv. This is fascinating. I was mad because my texts weren't coming in this morning. Can you imagine having to do it like that? All right, back to you guys.